citizens of Berlin. And therefore, as a free man...
Ich bin ein Berliner? Not quite, because if this president thought he'd wow crowds today, not too far from the exact same spot another U.S. president wowed him 50 years ago, almost to the day, well, he didn't factor in these crowds, not there, where they were largely polite, but here, where they were anything but.
No more tyranny!
Wow. Welcome, everybody. I'm Neil Cavuto. And what is the German word for awkward? A U.S. president trying to rekindle the flame with Berliners who seem to have lost the love, while back home in Washington, still dealing with Tea Party protesters who never really felt the love.
Let my people go!
So let's abolish the IRS. Let me hear it.
Leave us alone and mind your own business.
All right, to Becky Gerritsen of the Wetumpka Tea Party group, who's, well, they were among those targeted by the IRS. Remember that? And Barbara Hazelden, who gave up trying to get tax-exempt status for her group due to the constant questioning and nitpicking by the IRS. Welcome to both of you. Becky, to you first. What did you think of the crowds today and the anger a lot of them were feeling today?
Well, it was so great to see so many people come out on a weekday to take off of work and come. I was really encouraged, but I really felt that it was good for the people to see that they're not alone feeling upset about this IRS issue.
Barbara, what came of it?
Well, I think that one of the ringing messages today is that we have a 100-year-old institution that has gotten so much power, and the average citizen has got to be in compliance with rules that they don't even understand. And yet, if you step out of line, you're going to be targeted. It's just an insult to every American, and I hope we can come together and start a movement to abolish the IRS and get a fair tax.
You know, Becky, you and I chatted about this before, that oddly enough, all the hell you went through just trying to deal with this administrative nightmare, to say nothing of the badgering and bullying, it actually helped Tea Party's cause by certainly engendering a healthy respect, if not empathy and sympathy for Tea Partiers. So in a perverse sense, do you think the IRS helped your cause?
Well, I think the IRS, the targeting to the Tea Party groups, has really awakened the American people. And yes, I think it has recharged the Tea Party movement a bit, but like I've said so many times, it's not Republican versus Democrat. This is a big government versus citizen issue.
Barbara, you know, the fear is that the Tea Party now, among Tea Partiers, that is, expressing this fear, overplays its hand and then gets very belligerent and loses this golden moment to sort of get their cause out. What do you think of that?
Well, I think that there are so many different issues right now on the front burner that if we simply keep pushing these issues forward and demand resolution to the various issues, not only the IRS but also Benghazi, there's just so many things that are overreaching by this government right now. So I think that it's really an American issues, not Tea Party issues, and hopefully more Americans will come to our side, because we are representing the Americans, the American citizen.
Do you think, and I'm glad I have both of you here right now just to get a sense of this, that the administration isn't serious about addressing this? We just heard, of course, over the past week, an FBI director who couldn't even name the investigator who's looking into the mess, and we got proof that not a single conservative and/or Tea Party group affected was called on this mess.
That's correct, Neil.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, that's correct. And this morning, I don't know if you saw, but Senator Sessions, he's my senator, called me to verify, and I happened to be at my attorney's office when he called. So they did verify that none of the groups that they're representing have been contacted. They know from the other attorneys outside the ACLJ who are suing, their clients have not been at anything. They haven't had appointments made for interviews, or there's been no contact. So it doesn't look like they really have intentions of getting to the bottom of it.
You know, Barbara, finally, the groups that you saw protesting today and venting today, what are they angry at the most? At the administration, at the way the IRS treated them, at the indifference that they had gotten, an almost dismissive attitude they had been receiving from the media? What?
Well, I would say that it's the using the IRS to target people who are speaking out and exercising their First Amendment rights and our right to assemble. We have a long history in this country of having a right to assemble and to have opposition to our government, and to use, the institution that most of us are the most fearful of, which is the IRS, which can completely ruin your life.
Yeah.
To target people with this IRS is just a total abuse of power, and so I think that that's really, we need to take away their power. No matter what side of the coin that you're on, you could be the target next.
Absolutely. Well, I think hearing both of you, I think they were messing with the wrong folks here. But guys, thank you both very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Neil.